I have a question. You can return here.
Okay, so yeah, let me go here.
You talk about this mechanical mechanisms to engage and disengage.
Right.
What about if it's electronic?
Okay, if it's electric shift like that one, you have this. So let me show you on that motor real quick since I was asking.
That's very interesting.
So this one,
Look at this
look
guy.
in here. You see it inside there? So you see that in here, right?
You see the mechanism over there?
All right, and you see this here. That goes into that slot. And this is electric shift, so it shifts and puts it in forward, neutral, reverse, all by fly-by-wire. This is what they call fly-by-wire, digital shifting throttle.
That look like a hexagonal head.
Yeah, exactly, and that's how it fits
Like a
right in there, see?
Right.
Okay? Now this one fails just because it went bad, but I kept this for the school, but this is what this belongs to.
Okay, what is the name of that mechanism?
This is the shift actuator.
Okay, what models bring with that type of
This
mechanism?
particular one is the G2 fly-by-wire.
Okay,
Gen 2,
but this is for Evinrude.
Evinrude, right.
All right, this is exclusive of Evinrude.
This particular one is exclusive. Now, Verado
Mercury,
has one.
Verado?
Verado has one, but it's not in the gear case. It has a shift rod that
on
goes
top.
from the top,
On top.
to the bottom, and the servos on top. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this one's actually in the gear case.
All right, okay.
So we're gonna tear this apart. But I want to go back to one more thing. Let's go over here. Remember I told you about shifting problems? I want you to try to move this. This is supposed to move freely. See if it moves freely. Up and down. It's supposed to go up and down.
Up, down.
See how tight it is? Yeah. So imagine when you're shifting, it doesn't allow, this is what happens to the shift actuator, not the shift actuator, the shift interrupt switch, the engine will stall because it's not allowing it to go back quick enough.
You see?
If that was new, it'd be like this. You can move it with your hand, just like that. But that's just old. That's why I kept this to show you guys, because I replace this all the time. So part of the service, okay, because remember, you got to drop the lower unit to check all that. You check all those things. Take the shift shaft, move it by hand. That's your responsibility as a technician, is to check everything. You check the seals. Here's the upper drive shaft housing. Where I have it. Here's the upper drive shaft housing. It doesn't have seals in it, but there's seals that normally go in there. Now, if I see the housing, it's like, see here the housing a little bit pitted, it's not bad, but I've seen it worse, that if it's really pitted, why take the chance? Take a picture, show the customer, it looks corroded. Show him what a new one looks like so he can actually see the difference, because these people don't know. They've never seen this before. So if you show him a brand new one, you show him this, he can say, oh wow, okay. They can justify it. Remember, for the customer, in order for the customer to spend money with you, you have to justify why you're doing things. And the reason why you're doing it. Okay, sir, you don't want to do it, let me explain what happens. Water's gonna get in the gear case and you're gonna lose your gear case. So this part here is probably like 90, 100 bucks. And since I'm already doing your water pump, it's only a half hour more. Or you pay me for a whole new gear case and 2.5 hours later.